Well, hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry and another video on you never have to buy it again. You can make it yourself, and that's laundry soap. So I think 13 years ago, I believe, maybe it was only 11, I made homemade laundry soap for you, made 5 gallons of it, and it lasts. It was wonderful. I used to make my own laundry soap all the time. So back then, I could make 5 gallons for $1.75. Well, it's a little higher now, but still very, very reasonable. So today I'm gonna do it with Zote soap, and the pink bar smells really clean. You can add essential oils, but I'm gonna tell you along the way how I do things. So you're gonna need a bar of Zote soap. You're gonna need some washing soda. Now this is in the laundry aisle. Don't get it confused with baking soda, because it's not. It's a baking soda product, but it's wonderful. And you're gonna need Mule Team borax. So you do want to be careful that you don't get the borax in your eyes or anything like that. So we're gonna melt this all down. I've got to grade this. I almost said cheese. I've got to grade the Zote soap and put it in my pan. And I'm just using a 3-quart pan. I'm going to bring you down so you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to put some laundry soap together because this is expensive. This costs about $20 for 159 loads, give or take. And then you've got this big plastic to throw away in a landfill. I hate that. It just bothers me so much to have to do that. And so I would prefer to just make it, and then I've always got it. Now, this does thicken up as it sits, so you probably wouldn't, put it in a dispenser. I have liquid dispensers that I chalk painted and used forever, but we don't have to do that. We can scoop it out, and I'll show you. So first things on the list is open the soap and bring you down so you can watch how to make this. It's so easy. And 90% of this is water. So you're paying for them to put water and food and colorant in here to make it green, and then a bunch of smelly good stuff. I mean, seriously, it's made with, and it's a paragraph. So that paragraph right there are the ingredients. That's a little scary. Yeah. I don't care for that at all. In fact, yeah. Cleaning agents and then water is your next thing on there. I really feel like I'm going to go back to making my own. So it's to save some money because, being semi-retired, you got to save money where you can. And I'm just tired of putting those in the landfill. So I have tried the sheets, and I've used those quite a bit too, but they're expensive as well. And I don't think they give you that really fresh, clean smell that this does. This smells like clean laundry. I love it. And it's gonna make the soap pretty, I guess. Or the laundry soap pretty. So get your Zote soap, your bar of Zote, and start grading. And I'll bring you in. This one's way easier to grade than the Fels Naphtha. Now, when I did this laundry soap years ago for you, I used Fels Naphtha, and it's very hard to grade. And it doesn't have a great smell, but it does have a great use. So I always have a bar of Fels Naphtha in the laundry room. If I see that I've got a stain, I will get that wet and really rub it into the stain, like this, and let it sit and kind of rub that together. It works really well as a stain remover. But typically I don't need to do that. It's very, very rare that I have stuff that I need to treat for stains, which is nice. When the kids were, at home, then that was a different story. So let's get this graded and I'll bring you down. Okay. So I hope the dishwasher in the background is not going to make you crazy, but you want a bar of this, and this is going to be super concentrated. I'm going to do this in a 2.5 gallon glass container that I have with a lid. and then I can just scoop it out. And the washer squirts water into the dispenser, the soap dispenser of the washing machine. So it does just fine. Now, if I wanted to, I could add essential oils in here and make it smell good. But I use dryer wool balls, and I like to put essential oils on the dryer wool balls, and then I have a choice. Maybe it's my unmentionables, and I don't want them to smell like Gain or whatever the case may be. I want them to smell like lavender or whatever your essential oil choice. I do like lavender for towels and sheets. It's just calming. So, and there's going to be a lot of soap here. And all we're going to do is melt this down. Then we'll add the water to the mix until we get the container full, and then give it a good stir. Oh, and I think I have a stir stick ready to go. I didn't buy it, but I got a paint stick at my hardware store. And okay, this is like watching paint dry. I'm pretty sure. I'll be right back. I switched to my Cuisinart contour pan. This is a 5-quart. It just about filled up. I wanted to make sure I have plenty of room to add plenty of water to get it dissolved really nicely. So now the washing soda, you're gonna want to put in 2 cups. Now you can dilute this down to 5 gallons. This will make 5 gallons, or in my case, I'm doing half of that, only because I'm going to let it be really concentrated. And woo, doggies, okay, that won't hurt. On the instructions on the back, it has you put a half a cup per load into your laundry. So a little more won't hurt. Okay, and the borax, we need a cup of borax. And again, that's some good stuff. Okay, now we're going to put some water in here, get it over to the stove. In fact, let's see. I'm just going to take this over to the faucet, and I'll meet you at the stove. Okay, so we're going to turn this on, and I used hot water, and I'm just stirring with the paint stir stick. That way I don't have to worry about it. My utensils don't soap residue on them. This soap washes off pretty quickly off of your stuff, but I definitely will be running everything through the dishwasher and make sure there's no soap residue for next time I cook, because that wouldn't be good. So I've got my burner turned on, and all we're gonna do is heat this until it is all dissolved and there's no more chunky chunks, right? But that soap is nice and easy to grade, much easier than the Fels naphtha. And they do make a white bar as well. I think this one smells better to me. That's just personal choice, but either one will do. And it will, like I said, it will thicken back up. So it's going to be wonderful to have this. And if this bar of soap was like $1.68, and then I used a cup of borax, and that was, I've got plenty to do, probably 10 more batches, or maybe not 10, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out the cost here. So that's a 4-pound, yeah. And then the laundry booster, and I have the receipt right here. I bought everything at Walmart. So the borax was $5.97, the washing soda was $5.38, and the Zote soap was $1.63. So in all reality, for maybe we'll add $2 more. We'll just say that this is probably gonna cost me $4. Maybe not for the equivalent of 5 gallons of laundry soap. So I am, like I said, I'm going to keep this in about a 2.5 gallon container. And then that way I can just scoop it out. It can sit on my washer and I can see when I'm running low because it's glass. And I just scoop out a 1/4 cup and you're good to go. Honestly, you could probably get away with even less than a 1/4 cup. But I think I usually, especially with work clothes and stuff like that, dirty work clothes, I'll go ahead and put a 1/4 cup. And then by the time you add the extra water, you've got a 1/2 cup altogether. So pretty darn reasonable, I'd say. And that's actually going on the high side at $4. So yeah, I would say closer to $3. But so things have gone up a little bit since I made this years ago. I was looking at the video that I made it, and it was the cost of the Bell's naphtha was 98 cents. Well, it's not 98 cents anymore. Anyway, let's see how much, because I did buy a bar of that. Let's see, how much was the Bell's naphtha? Yeah, it's $1.78 now. So that's how much stuff has gone up. I mean, it goes up all the time and rapidly in the last few years. So everything is dissolved except for the soap. We're getting there though. And we'll make sure that we keep stirring. I don't want anything to get weird on me. So, and then I will, before I add this hot stuff to the glass container, I will cool it off with some cold water and let it cool down enough that I can get it in there. Or I can pour cool water in the container. That's probably how I'll do it. I'll pour cool water in the container and then add this to it. So, guys, I encourage you to do all the things you can make yourself. You're keeping some of that stuff out of our landfills, and you're doing something that has 3 ingredients, not a paragraph. And oh my gosh, that's pretty crazy. But and then you're paying for a brand name, and you're paying for, their packaging, and yeah, to me, it's a no-brainer. Make it yourself if you can. So in real time, this takes about 10 minutes to get this all dissolved, I would say. So I'll be back when we're all dissolved and we're putting it together. Okay, so I've got my jug here, and I do have a lid for this, so it'll be nice to have this. And hopefully I don't have to wait for my husband to put this in there. Anyway, I've got my soap is all dissolved, and I filled this half full with cold water just out of the tap. So, and I'm just gonna pour this in. Hopefully, oh my goodness, is it gonna fit? Whoa, not all of it fit. Okay, I added a little bit too much water, but that's okay. And it's already trying to gel up. So we're gonna get this, look at that. Can you see that thick? It's getting thick, and that's okay because now we know, yeah, I'm gonna have to, I have probably another, oh, it's gonna fit barely. Oh my gosh, barely. I'll have to keep that in mind next time. So remember, this is concentrated. See how thick it gets? I don't know if you can see that. You're gonna have a nice thick concentrate. Go ahead and stir it, and I'll stir it the next, every time I go to dip in there, I'll kind of swish it around a little bit. But there you go. You have homemade laundry soap. And I'm gonna go do a load of laundry right now. So That's how easy this is. Guys, that is so easy. It's beautiful. I'm gonna literally, this is going to be my scoop, and it is. You got it. See, it's trying to gel up. You're gonna just scoop in there a quarter of a cup, and then the washer will add the water into the soap dispenser, and you're done. So can you imagine how many quarter of a cup or how many loads of laundry I'll get out of this? I'm gonna get a lot. So nice thick laundry soap. I'm super excited. And I'm excited for you to maybe be inspired to do this again for yourself. If you did it with me the last time I did this, leave me a comment, because I know a lot of you have been with me a very long time, and I love showing you how to do things like this. This is going to be just invaluable. That literally twice as much as what's there, and that would have cost me $40. And I use more than a quarter of a cup with this. I usually use a half a cup of this. I fill the dispenser every single time, because otherwise I don't feel like the clothes get quite clean enough. So I was worried this was gonna drip, but there's no dripping going on here. So I'm excited. All right, guys, I can't wait to see you next time for another delicious recipe, always smelling fresh as a daisy because of the homemade laundry soap. And yeah, if you make your own, or you have a recipe for laundry soap, I also have made powdered laundry soap and given it away as gifts at Christmas time in quart jars. But really and truly, I prefer the liquid, only because I think it's a little easier on your clothes. It's easier to rinse out. All the things, it's easy. Okay, we'll be back. Let me know if you want me to continue this series on never buy it again when you can make it yourself. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it inspires you to make your own laundry soap, because it's super easy and it works really good. I've already done 2 loads.